Hi, I'm Ikea and I'm here to give you a build overview of a Striker PFE build. And layout-wise, it looks like this with 4 pieces of Striker here with the chest and a backpack as well of Striker. That allows us to have 2 pieces of Improvise alongside of it, and Improvise pieces allow for PFE mods to go in there. And PFE being protection from elites, allowing us to be pretty tanky as long as we're fighting elite or named enemies. This way as well, we can change and swap out the glove to either be the knee pad or the holster. That position isn't per se locked, but yeah, the chest, the backpack, and the mask will be. Together with Survivalist as our specialization, we are reaching 70% protection from elites. And on its build picture, which I'll link in the description and in the comments, we see that all of the red stats that we saw are going towards crit chance and crit damage. All of the mod slots are protection from elite. In this case, actually just 12s. And yeah, together with 5 12s and that Survivalist, we are reaching that 70 protection from elite. If you actually loaded this up with 13s, you would actually land on 75 protection from elite, which is of course a lot closer to that 80 cap. But in this layout, we still have a lot of protection there. Then you can also play around with how many blue and red cores you have. Here I do have 4 blue cores and 2 red cores. You could make that all red, you could make that all blue, or anything in between. It kind of depends on your playstyle and how aggressive you want to be with it. I find 4 or 3 to be kind of my sweet spot. And weapon-wise, I definitely recommend going with SMGs. This is a build that can get close range, and SMGs, especially with their crit chance, help out quite a bit, as this build is of course going to be pretty low on crit chance with not using those mod slots for crit chance or crit damage. But we are still landing on a respectable 58-117 here. For a secondary, the Scorpio makes a lot of sense, where we can actually stun lock an enemy. If the going gets tough, you just pull out the Scorpio and stun lock whatever's in front of you. Then as well, having the PFE, having a shield makes a lot of sense, especially with the blue cores as well. The PFE does apply to your shield as well. And a revive hive just in case we do get down. And of course, another weapon to consider is either having a rock and roll or just an ACS there for stacking purposes. This is of course a chest striker, so yeah, you do want to reach those 200 stacks at some point to deal your maximum damage. This can do a lot more damage than a high-end PFE, but of course a high-end PFE can have a lot more survivability than this. So it is a trade-off, and you can kind of play around with it. They each have their own places. I do like this build a lot, for instance, for Countdown in general play, where yeah, we can be very aggressive and get away with it. If you want to see more of this build in action and also in its numbers, there is already a build showcase on my channel where we also take it out and into some gameplay and actually show it in action.